I want to talk about initiation and the ways and methods for it. First of all, what is initiation? It comes from initiate, from the word. What do we initiate when we perform initiations or we go through particular systems? We initiate a conversation between ourselves and the rest of existence, the macrocosm. That conversation is always going on, but it happens unconsciously in the back of our minds, in our unconscious or subconscious planes. And through specific rituals or instruction, we bring forth the process, we speed it up, and we make sure that it will happen in the most natural and best way possible for the individual who is asleep and unawakened. It may sound harsh saying it like that, but it's true that many people do not know what they are unaware of. It's like they're going blind into their lives. Everyone is blind when they face such things like the invisible or the subtle, anyway, not invisible, but they're sensible, more definitely. Now the systems, the more specific systems are that of the Hermetic philosophy, which is actually the tarot. You know, the cards, the systems with the cards, the archetypes, king, knives, queen, king, and stuff. There is a beautiful story of initiation about tarot, which I will expand on. There are two parts. The one part is that of the elements, the wands represent fire, the sword air, the pentacles are the earth, and cups are the fillings, the water. So the story for the elements, not the specific suites like queen, king, and stuff. The elements only goes like this. The spirit, which is, let's say, fire for now, reflects itself upon the waters, which are moving, they're moving because of the air currents. This is the element of air. So because of that, the reflection of the self is distorted. And what needs to happen is the air, which is the mind, which is the thoughts, need to calm down. And when they calm down, the waters, which is the astral, the emotions, calm down. And then the reflection is clear, and the super sensible fire, which goes beyond just fire, and the fourth element, which is the self, comes forth, and it lights up everything, and the truth shines forth. So there is a process for this to happen, and that process is the equilibrium, the trying to equilibrate, to balance out the poles. And this is all the knowledge that tarot provides through meticulous study. It's the Western approach, the very logical approach. It gives some insights and access to certain things. Now, the word comes from Torah actually, which is a name of, we could say, God, or an acronym for the elements combined. The important thing is the truth that can come forth, like the knowledge of this system provides knowledge for the world, but most importantly, knowledge and a way for truth to become the absolute, the one. And that's the only important thing, nothing else. Like divination, at the final card, it's the world, which is a woman, passive element, love, compassion. In the center, which truth can be found. And in the corners, the archetypes of the elements, the bull, the angel, the eagle, and the serpent, or something like that. No, not serpent. Lion, I think, yes. So we have to acknowledge that there is a process, and this process always leads to truth, to the one, to the supreme being, God. And you need to obey to that truth, that is not obey like in a sense to follow, to let it guide you. That's most appropriate. There are other ways also, but they're out of context. For example, there are paths that, to balance those opposite poles, you need to expose yourself to danger. Because, for example, if you're a very soft individual, you go to pick a fight with someone in the street, and that balances out your softness. Or the opposite, if you're a very harsh individual, you go do some volunteering work. The point is not fighting or not fighting. The point is to find your center, to even out the opposites inside you. So the elements can be on the corners and you in the center. So that the mind can be still under any circumstances, or any inner circumstances at least. So you will be able to accept truth and let it guide you, and become like a portal to this truth, this dimension. That's all that we initiate. That's only the beginning, and it has many layers and levels as you go and progress spiritually, and it's different for everyone because all people are unique individuals.